In this lesson, I will show you how SSH works using credentials. Let's get started. First, let's start by defining how SSH works under the hood. SSH is a secure alternative to non-protected login protocols, such as Telnet or FTP. It's crucial for anyone working in the field of penetration testing to have a solid understanding of how SSH works and how to use it effectively. SSH operates on the client-server model. The SSH client drives the connection setup process and uses public key cryptography to verify the identity of the SSH server. Once the setup is complete, the SSH protocol uses strong symmetric encryption and hashing algorithms to ensure the privacy and integrity of the data that is exchanged between the client and the server. SSH authenticates users based on their credentials. This typically includes a username and a password. The client sends these details to the server for verification. If the credentials match, access is granted. It's simple but still secure, thanks to the encryption SSH employs. All right, enough of these slides. Now let's move on to the practical demonstration. For this, we will use a Kali Linux box to connect to a remote SSH server using a username and password. On this Mint Linux host, I will test to see if I have SSH service running using the following command: sudo service SSH status. Take note that I must use the sudo keyword to execute these high privilege commands. Based on the output, we don't have an SSH server installed on this Linux host. Next, let's install an SSH server. First, I will use the update command to update the operating system packages. Now I can execute the command to install the SSH server. Sudo apt install OpenSSH server -y. The Y option here will allow to auto accept any prompts during the installation process. And it's done. Let's start the SSH server. And also, I will instruct this Linux host to auto-execute the SSH server after each reboot. All right, let's see if the server is running now. Yes, it is. Now, before I switch to the Kali Linux box, I will need the IP address of this host. I will just type the IP address command, and it will show me the IP of this Linux host. Now let's switch to the Kali machine and try to connect to the server remotely. SSH followed by the username of the remote user, which is Gus, and then followed by the IP address of the remote Linux server. And press enter. Here it's making sure that I want to proceed with the connection. Of course I want to proceed. What kind of question is that? Now I can enter the password for the user Gus, and we're in. If you want to use the root user on the remote host, then you can use the sudo su root command to get the job done. And at this point, I Why should be root, my friends?